Hello, welcome to ChapterSkip, and I'm Joe.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Mark.
And we're bringing you another edition of the podcast, so hope you enjoy that. Sean's got a few topics, and so has Mark. So yeah, Sean, should we jump into some topics with you?
Well, yeah. Welcome to Volume 4 of the podcast. This looks like it's going to be more of a weekly thing, so that'll be quite good. Kind of gets us together, gets us mingling, drinking tea, and chatting about, random stuff. Last week we talked about hairstyles and colons. This week I'm going to kick off with something that you mentioned earlier on today, Mark. As you walked in the door, you were saying, "Oh, it's raining out there. Russell Crowe, blah blah blah."
Building a boat. Yeah.
Russell Crowe's building a boat. Obviously, the movie Noah has just come out, and I just read something that was really, really interesting earlier on today. Apparently, Russell Crowe had to bribe the extras on set of Noah with plasma screen TVs.
Why?
To do what?
To be extras and not be miserable.
Shouldn't they be miserable? If it's pissing down and raining, they're all going to die.
Exactly.
I don't think they want plasma screens. They want to just get away from where
They just want an umbrella.
I just want to be on the boat, man.
Yeah.
Here, have a plasma screen I just want a brolly or a rain mat.
Well, they're going to be looking for extras in the background, like, oh, I've got this big fucking telly.
Oh, look at me!
Like in
The Lord have given me a plasma.
like in Gladiator, where you can clearly see one of the guys has got a watch on, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, right.
It's set in like gladiatorial times. So in this one, you just see some guy in the background with a plasma screen TV. Apparently,
Gifts from the Lord, oh Noah.
a quote from Emma Watson, his co-star: "Physically, we were filming when it was freezing cold, and we were soaking wet all the time." Right, and then
Life in England, really.
yeah. Apparently, they were throwing 5,000 gallons of water down us on us every minute. So yeah, they were pretty. And
But then again, when you look at how much they get paid for doing it, I'd have had that done to me.
yeah, well, that's the thing.
We'd have done it for a sandwich, probably, a cup of tea.
Yeah, for a cup of tea and
Apparently, to keep people pumped up and on for this movie, they pumped punk rock music at full blast between takes. But when that failed, Russell Crowe had to step in. Apparently, he did raffles for plasma screen telly.
That's amazing.
Can you imagine that? Darren Aronofsky's like, right, action. Do the take. It's like, the animals come one by one. No, cut. It's 2 by 2. All right, who wants plasma screen telly? Who's got number 3, 4, 5?
Could you imagine that? Russell Crowe, the bingo caller. Jesus.
Just going around with a little hat, just say, "Oh, pick a number." Oh, yellow 258. Who's won it? Oh.
Visions of this mixing up. I want to reread the Bible, not reread because I've never read it anyway. Really, but I want to look at the Bible now and see if there was if Noah had to bribe them originally. Like, I need help to build my ark, and everyone's like, "Nah, piss off." Yeah. No, help me. We shall play some GBH and exploited tracks for your pleasure. Come join me. Look at my plasma screen.
Yeah.
And we're throwing some Ramones.
And it was just, and people were like, yeah, I'll come help you if I can have a telly. And then they build the ark, and no, it's just like, fuck you, you're all gonna drown. Look at my big bitchin' plasma screen telly.
Come check out my room. Come check out my room.
I think. Come
check out my room on the boat, yo. Look at my plasma.
Can you have a plasma carry-on luggage?
Hello?
Because I'd have flown out there, got a cheap flight, gone out there, got a plasma screen TV and listened to some punk. That'd
have been great.
Well, you'd have to have been doused in 5,000 gallons of water every minute.
Did he call the ark Tugger?
I don't think so. But that kind of begs the question. It was a bit like, is that, is this kind of bribery right? If you're paid to do a job as an extra, you know what is in store for you.
Yeah.
So is that right to do? Do you have the right to complain and moan and bitch and
Were they paid extras though, or were they unpaid?
I don't have the sort of accurate details, but I'm assuming they're going to be paid extras. Yeah. If they wasn't, then yeah, probably it might be right that
I presume for a big budget film they're going to be paid.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've been extras before, not big budget extras. We haven't had water put on us, but we got paid. Well, I did. You guys didn't get paid one time.
Wait, what?
I got paid in Chile.
Oh right. We could have got a beer at the last one.
Yeah,
in the country Chile or the food?
It was the food Chile.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
I didn't get paid in the country Chile.
I didn't know if you was there and
No.
It is him from ChapterSkip. Sorry, I don't know how people speak in Chile.
You don't know. That was perfect. They sound just like that.
Hello, mate. I'm from Chile. You sound a bit Mexican. No, Chile. The food or the country? Bob.
That's crazy. So, well, let's put ourselves in it. Like, say we was there, how would we feel having that?
Well, the thing is
I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting paid to
Or
be
what
on
if
the
we
set.
wasn't? What if we're not getting paid? Then would we be
But
annoyed?
still, I think
then
the
you just think,
opportunity
It's
is
not
there.
I'm
Just
not going in tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'd still be. It's just like, wow, I'm in this big film.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying it. I'm seeing all this how it's getting done, what they're doing.
Although
You're getting wet.
To what we've done as being extras to working on a big budget film.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff on a big budget film is standing around doing nothing,
Yeah,
waiting,
that's true,
and
that
waiting,
is
and
true.
waiting.
Yeah, well, when I was in the Lux promo video, I was there for 2 days, whereas you guys were just there for the
We did the
for
one.
the evening, weren't you? And the second day was much like that. You know, I turned up at about like midday or something
Yeah.
like that, and then they didn't get roll until 1 o'clock, and then I weren't in the in the first bit they were filming like the main star and all the sort of exposition and stuff like that. So there's a lot of sort of waiting around. I didn't have anyone to speak to, so it's just kind of like, yeah, this is kind of boring. You know, so I can imagine that in that perspective, you know, kind of be about like the days would probably be twice as long. You know, I was alright. I was sitting on a couch. I had my iPad. I was on the internet. You know,
I think one of the rules for being an extra, take a book or a tablet or something like that.
I was
So
grabbing a
you've got
Coke
something.
whenever, not whenever I wanted. You know, I'd buy a Coke.
Yeah.
But imagine
That
if
is
you
a drink, by the way.
Yeah, but if you was an extra on that set, you literally like sitting around all day, and they're like, "All right, yeah, get in costume." You know, you get in your rags,
Yeah.
whatever they're wearing, and they're just like, "Right, stand there," and then you just doused in water, and then like cut, and then you have to go sit down like freezing your ass off. I can't imagine why you would get a bit downtrodden. But would the punk rock music pump you guys up as well? Or would you be too pumped up? You'd just be like, yeah, come on, bring the rain!
Smash the state.
Or Russell.
Come here, Russell, give me that telly, I'm pumped!
It was probably Russell Crowe's band because he is in a band, you know. He sings in a band, seriously. Yeah, check out his band, people. I don't know what it's called, but he is in a band. He's
What, is it
singer
like a
in
punk
band.
thing, or?
Don't know, I can remember checking it out once, yeah. A few of them they're in bands, so Bruce Willis is in a band.
All I can
Steven
remember-
Seagal was in a band.
All I can remember of Bruce Willis was he done that crappy under the boardwalk thing.
Yeah, there's a few years.
Oh, I didn't know.
yeah.
Here we go. I've just brought it up on Wikipedia with the power of the internet. Apparently, Russell Crowe's band is called 30 Odd Foot of Grunts.
Okay.
Probably pumped that to him. It's really good.
That's no wonder they were pissed off.
Yeah, I don't mind the water. It's just a shit music playing.
Giving him free CDs and
I
that.
got Russell Crowe boss me about, show me how he's got a telly and I haven't. Bloke next to me's one, I ain't got one, now I've got to listen to him sing.
Oh, and kind of keeping in with the God Noah theme, he had another band called The Ordinary Fear of God. Let's see what it says.
I think he's
here.
a singer.
Do either of you have
as a
any
vocalist.
inclination at all though to go and watch Noah?
Yes, I actually really want to watch it.
right.
I really like Darren Aronofsky as a director. His stuff he's done before, like The Wrestler, Black Swan, I thought were excellent movies. So I really want to see what he's
Yeah,
done.
that's true. If he brings a darkness to it, and
I think he
definitely
definitely will. And the fact that it's kicked up a fuss with, religious folks around the world.
Yeah.
People in like Malaysia are not showing it. Certain sort of states in America, they're just like, no, you won't take our Bible stories. And that's what they are, stories. And you won't take our stories and mess with them. It's like, it's an interpretation of a story, in the Bible. It's like...
Does it have at the end all the characters portrayed in this movie are fictional?
I don't know. But yeah, I'm actually interested. Like, Russell Crowe is an okay-ish actor. He has his moments.
Yeah, where he can be really
So I
good.
can imagine
yeah.
he's pretty good in that.
I don't think I'd cinema it though. I'd probably wait for DVD or streaming or whatever, but rather than spend... If I'm going to go to the cinema, I'd still go Captain America, which I haven't been yet. I've been on this cinema trip for a while now since we've stopped doing the movie
I'm going
reviews.
to go see that soon. Lux has got it with reach, so
Oh, right.
I'm going to go to that.
See, I'm still...
Share for the Lux.
I don't know. Yeah, another shout out for Lux. Godzilla's still tempting me. Have you seen the new trailer for that? Then the extended
I
one?
haven't seen
I
it.
haven't. I kind of... Whenever trailers get released and they do like a teaser trailer and then they do a medium-sized trailer and then they do an extended trailer, I'm just like, I'll watch one and that's it.
But if you watch an extended one,
Yeah,
you get
you
one
should
of Bryan Cranston. So that's going to be an incentive.
Do like a bit of good...
Because it's still barely showing you Godzilla and a hint of the other monster that's going to be in it, not enough to tell what it is.
Wow. They can't release that.
But now they've said,
No.
because originally it didn't say anything about IMAX or 3D, and now it's going in IMAX 3D. So I'm like, I really fancy
Yeah,
that.
that'd be pretty nuts.
But I've got a dilemma
that.
with it because is it out on the 16th of May, I believe. The problem with that is my son will be born on around the 6th.
Take him to the cinema.
Son,
Sleep for
this
it.
is your first...
This is why I named you Gojira.
Gojira! Oh, you could call him Brian.
I don't know if I'm going to be able, because I really want to go day of release. And I was talking to a mate of mine at work, and we were sort of like, yeah, well, you know, he would like drive up there, we'll go to Norwich, which I think is the nearest IMAX one, make a thing of it, and it's like, I've got to wait and see if I can or not. Depends how everyone at home is doing, whether I can escape for a few hours. So.
Well, the wife's in labour, you know, sort of pushing. How long are you going to be, love? I don't fucking know. Are you going to be at least, you know, an hour and a half?
I'm halfway through the film.
I don't know.
Or
Right, just nipping out to see Godzilla. Wait there, love. I ain't going anywhere.
Clench. I'll be back.
Clench for an hour, it's nearly done.
Hold it in. Don't pop him out just yet. And if you do, pop it on a videotape, you know, and I'll watch it later.
Sean will film it. Joe will add some music.
Jesus.
Oh dear.
But yeah.
So Noah is a Noah for you.
It's a question mark, maybe not.
Well, no,
I don't think I'd cinema it, like I said.
No.
No, I know you said that he's done it.
Darren Aronofsky.
Darren Aronofsky. I did like his previous stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could still, like you said, I could see it being quite
I'd do it on the
quite
cheap
dark
matinee.
and a bit different. So yeah, I don't know. I probably would go to the cinema.
I'd go out of town for the cheap matinee viewing.
Yeah.
Because the other one's like
Yeah.
£3 or something, which is perfect.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're the ones you worth watching, seeing it on.
I'd go for that, but I don't think I'd give it like a £9 ticket or whatever
No.
for that.
But yeah, and yourself, you said you'd see it, Sean. So
Yeah, I definitely would.
yeah.
And we were talking about film extras and Russell Crowe bribing people. I found on an article today, I was just kind of sifting through the internet, just sort of thinking, well, maybe if I do some prep for this, and then I found some movie news, and I was like, oh, I'll find some sort of odd jobs and, you know, odd things that I can look up to. And apparently, there are 10 jobs which involve no actual work.
I'm liking the sound of this.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. It grabbed me. I was
The
thinking,
only one I know is it philosopher or something, technically?
well, apparently there are 10 careers which sound like real jobs but have been scientifically proved to involve no actual recognisable work, right? And this is quite apt, actually. Number 10, movie critic.
Alright. No, that's hard work.
It is hard work. Well,
I wouldn't
unless-
call us critics because I don't like the word critic because that sounds like you just run everything down all the time.
Yeah,
But-
well, yeah, we're reviewers.
Yeah.
But technically,
You've got to do research.
Maybe
and-
the actual like critique of it. Maybe they're thinking, right, there's no actual work in sitting and watching a movie and then going, that's good or
Yeah.
that's bad or it's good because of this or bad because of that. Maybe they're sort of thinking, yeah, there's no actual work involved with that, but a movie
You've still got to
reviewer.
put time out of your day,
Yeah, I mean,
and if it's crap, that's like
Yeah.
an hour and a half to 2 hours where you're going to be hating watching this
Yeah.
bloody film.
but still, it's not
suppose you
really
can
work
vent.
though, is it?
Oh, I don't know. When I was watching Spring Breakers, dude,
That was hard work.
it was a struggle.
Okay, number 9, timpani player. You know, in an orchestra where you get a guy at the back with a really big drum and then he just goes
Bong.
dong, you know,
Yeah.
out for 10 minutes and then it's like dong. Yeah.
Crazy.
Number 8, tenured university professor. As in, you've got a tenure, but you probably don't turn up to classes, and you're just like, yes, I'm a tenured professor. Do you do any work? Nah. Number 7.
Presumably they did at one point.
Yeah.
So
you can't
could
just
you
get-
say they've earned it or?
Yeah, well,
know.
I don't know, I'm not
Maybe-
sure.
no, maybe
not for
not.
10 years, maybe not. Number 7, film extra. Well, apparently not on the set of Noah.
No.
You actually have to do work and, you know, get involved in raffles and
Get
such, and
drenched.
listen to punk rock music
We've worked
and
where
be
we've been
drenched.
extras, just trying to remember like to match what we did in previous scenes, and then realised it didn't matter anyway.
sitting near a fruit machine.
I'll tell you what, in the Lux short film, I did some work. I sat there and I ate popcorn.
Hey.
Convincingly, I might add. If you guys haven't seen it, you should check it out. I eat popcorn like a motherfucker. Eating popcorn up in this biatch. Number 6, yeah, I can kind of see this one. Food critic. Same as a movie critic, you know, you're sitting down, you're having a meal. It's what you would be doing anyway, eating. But this time you've got to go, yeah, it was alright, or nah, it weren't very good, or I like this, but this needed to more spiciness or more hint of orange.
I think
don't know.
it is kind of jobs. Then this is where you could just wing it,
Yeah.
or he could have just lied all through his whole career, and no one would know.
Yeah. Well, it says...
There's no way of proving whether that man has or lady has or hasn't got a good palate.
Well, it just says here, they sound like real jobs, but they've been scientifically proved to involve no actual recognisable...
I'm thinking the scientists have proved this.
We're doing no bloody
Scientific
work.
research.
Are we saying yeah or no? Let's just have a vote. Yeah,
I think scientific
right.
research has got to be in there, because weren't there even some guys that made ants or grasshoppers watch Star Wars to see what difference it made on their behavioural cycle?
That's a mental job. That'd be
Really?
crazy.
That's amazing.
That was like,
What
we're doing
Star
cancer
Wars,
this week,
though?
lads. No, grasshoppers and Star Wars. All right.
Why Star Wars, though?
I don't know. The science guys, they're nerds. They love Star Wars.
I
okay?
suppose so. But I would have thought there would have been some sort of reasoning behind it, rather than just like, oh, I've got this massive grant from the government. What can I do? Right, pop a couple of ants, pop some Star Wars in, put my feet up, have a cup of tea, I'm sorted. Yeah. Or they were just like, right, Star Wars had a massive impact on my life growing up. Maybe I can influence these ants to like combat with twigs and stuff and be like,
what happened? These ants have gone into a corner and they're discussing the quality of the film. All the other ants are now mocking them.
And these two are having a lightsaber battle.
And then you're like, you really don't know what the
And
fuck
that
you're
ant
going on
preferred
about,
Star
do you?
Trek.
No, I ain't got a clue. Just make it up when you go along.
Number 5 of jobs that involve no actual work. I can imagine this one is actually true. Pool lifeguard for the Olympics. Because surely
they're all amazing.
everyone can swim, so it's just like, nobody's going to jump in and be like, oh, Michael Phelps, he's drowned. Oh no, he's just swimming really, really fast. So they just sit at the top just going, everything all right? Yep.
It's a cushy
How
job.
embarrassing would that be, though? If you were an Olympian and you had to be rescued
Yeah. I
in the middle of a race.
I got cramp before I got in the pool.
How many times you get the lifeguard sitting there going, I'm just going to fucking jump in here and compete against them.
Baywatch it.
Cannonball!
Yeah. Baywatch style.
Number 4. I don't really get this one because I've always seen them waving their arms about. Orchestral conductor.
Well,
Normally you see them having a bloody sweat on, don't you?
Yeah,
Waving their hand.
keeping
I'll agree with that one.
They're keeping
Yeah,
all the
but-
time and stuff, aren't they?
You can read the music, you can keep time yourself anyway, and I would think most of the people in the orchestra know the bloody song anyhow.
But he points to what he needs
How many?
and stuff.
You
to
never
go
see a
next
band
month, don't
do
you?
that though. You're never going to we go to a gig like, ladies and gentlemen, Iron Maiden, and they've got a conductor standing there keeping the beat
I
for
suppose
it.
it's because there's
essentially-
so many different instruments and stuff in it,
But surely you've rehearsed.
and how
you
you
know how
need it to.
I mean,
But they
we've all
rehearse
played
from
in
that
bands,
part.
we all know you just learn a song and...
Yeah, but essentially, like, orchestras don't have a drummer. Well, they have a timpani section who apparently does their work.
Lord.
Yeah, you haven't got a drummer that can beat,
You've got a rock band, Iron Maiden, whatever, got a drummer to
they've got
keep the
the
time,
tempo, yeah.
or they've got a click in their
But it's not that
ear or whatever.
difficult if you're sitting there playing the tuba, just tap your
But
foot.
you can't do that because there's microphones everywhere
Yeah.
that will pick up.
That's why they're so quiet.
So they
don't
literally have
yeah.
to, and the conductor is the person that keeps the beat. If he's off beat, the whole orchestra's out. The orchestra doesn't go from their own beat. He is their beat. He's their
it's a tempo,
metronome.
and he's
They do odd
tempo.
I don't know,
timing.
but they're not counting like 1, 2. They're waving their arms like lunatics. And
Well,
I don't know
but
what
he's
that means.
There is method to the
I think
madness.
he's pointing and this is your turn and now you stop and
if
all
it's
that
if
stuff.
it's a beat of 4, they do like it's an up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an up is a 1, 2,
Oh, right.
3, 4. Up, down, left, right, in a big sort of upside down sort of anti-cross. 1, 2.
But then that
3,
way you
4,
could always-
1. And he can make them stop when he wants them to. He is the beat.
But then that's
maker.
surely then none of the credit would then go to the orchestra. It's all on the conductor.
Well, yeah, you always hear like this amazing conductor. You never like, well, that guy was playing the piano and the violin and oboe.
But you always
or
get
whatever.
like then in the film it'd be like the soundtrack was from the London Philharmonic
he's
Orchestra,
part-
not by Dave the conductor.
Yeah, but he's part of it.
Sounds like a bus driver. I'm just turned up. They thought I was a conductor, but I work on a bus. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I ain't got a clue.
Ticket.
I've got some pencils in my pocket.
You going to Peterborough, mate? Yeah, I will be in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Wait, start playing. I'm just on the bus. I just want to go to Peterborough.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Are you a real bus conductor?
Oh, damn
Well,
it.
it said orchestra conductor.
No.
Conductor. Here's one you might like, Mark. Police station security guard.
Police station security.
Yeah.
As if they need it. I'm going to call the police on you. They're only over there.
I'm just sitting here doing no work.
I don't know, because technically, I mean, our one in our local town isn't open. There's no one mans it at night.
Apparently, yeah.
So even if you're being like stabbed to death in the middle of the town, you manage to run to the police station, press the buzzer, and call for help. It will then be transferred to another station out of town.
Yeah, so you
do they
probably
leave
bleed
it
to
empty,
death.
or is there actually going to be
or
a
maybe
guy
there
in
is
there?
a police station security guard in there just going, don't do any work, so I'm not even going to answer it. I'm dying!
Help me,
Somebody
Somebody stabbed me in the arse! Help
Not
me!
my problem, mate.
Yeah.
Mind you,
It's not doing any work.
some places are like that though. I mean, before where I currently work, I'd gone for a security guard job in Peterborough. I'd applied for that, and that was a case of you're in your little booth, you monitor your CCTV systems, do not leave the booth, even if someone's outside getting stabbed or beaten or mugged or whatever, you just call the police and you stay in your booth. Don't get involved, you know?
Well, essentially, it's no
Oh,
work.
okay.
You just have to kind of watch telly. It's like watching reality telly all the time, sitting there
Yeah.
watching 24 hours of Big
Make your own
Brother.
soap opera.
Yeah, just like, oh, here's a little, doing the voices as they walk along. I'm a little man and I'm going in Argos. I'm going to buy a parasol. Then I'm going to walk down the I've
Scratch my bum, light a cigarette,
Oh, here's a little lady.
say hello to my friend.
Have you been listening to me when I'm sitting in town just watching people? But I'm always making up little stories because I'm bored. Anyway.
Here's another good one. Number 2, triangle player.
Hey. Ting, that'd be like the sort of like the timpani again, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
That's sort of
essentially.
style. Well, timpani
And the
probably
guy
a
with the
bit
huge
more.
gong.
Yeah, well, that's sort of part of the
Yeah.
timpani, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
And number
Oh,
1,
same, yeah.
newspaper columnist.
That's part. You gotta look. You look at your facts and that, don't you, for that. You know,
Yeah,
it's-
but unless they're literally like involve no physical work, like you literally don't have to like, you know, pick up boulders or like do construction or, you know, lift things, take things, carry things or whatever. Maybe that's their whole thing, but they're just like, yep, apparently that's number 1, a newspaper columnist.
crazy.
I suppose it is just someone going, have a rant and
Yeah.
that's it, it'll get printed out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I suppose it's
Big
almost
topics,
similar
big
to the critic
topics.
side of thing, but they're just criticising a particular subject
Yeah.
of the day. But I don't know.
What about a doctor that has to monitor people while they sleep?
He's got to stay awake though, that's hard.
He has, but
You mean like anaesthetist, that sort of thing?
no, just like
It's just
you know,
like-
people do like sleep tests,
Yeah,
don't they, to
I was
find out
thinking
like if
something
they're having
like
like
that
weird
earlier.
dreams or stuff. They literally have to have a doctor to sit there and just go, "Yep, still asleep, still alive, heart still beating, you know, BP 160 over 8 or whatever." It's probably dead, but I'm not a doctor.
Crazy.
Sitting there just saying, "Oh, wait, you're still asleep."
I think Weatherman's going to be crap.
Yeah, but
You don't need a little bloke pointing at a map. Just have a think about going, yeah, it's going to be rainy where you live. Alright, thanks.
But to be a weather person, you have to be a geologist as well, don't you? You have to understand. But then again, it's another one of them things where it's more
But
knowledge
then people
based.
watching it don't know what the hell's going on with all these ISO bars and things. Just like, some bit have got curves and they've got triangles and they're coming together. What does it mean?
Yeah, I
don't
just want
know.
to see a
Do they still
picture.
use them?
Probably. I don't watch the
I'm
weather.
not an avid fan of the weather.
Yeah, I don't often tune in for the weather. You know.
Okay, outside.
Yeah, I just go, look outside, it's raining. Therefore, I'll put a hat on.
That's what annoys me as well. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon and they tell you the day's weather and I'll start with what happened at 9 o'clock in the morning. You're thinking, I don't care anymore!
That's the part.
Matter to me?
happened in the past.
I'm not going back in the DeLorean. Fucking hell.
The DeLorean.
Jesus.
When travelling back in time, don't forget your umbrella.
Great Scott. Oh yeah, I did forget it when I went out. I'm gonna go back in time and remember this
Get my
time.
galoshes and Mac.
Let's think of some other shit ones.
Podcast.
Yeah,
We're sitting on a sofa drinking tea.
I can honestly say I'm doing no work right now.
Then
Although-
again, we're not being paid to do it. So.
No.
Exactly, we're doing it just for a bit of
Goodness.
fun.
Goodness of
of
our
our
heart.
heart.
Yes, hopefully 1 or 2, 3, even 4 people out there are
maybe
listening going,
5.
these guys are slightly funny and they talk about kind of interesting things, but they've kind of got off topic and they're not talking about movies
I
anymore.
will make my wife listen to this if that's any consolation. So that's one.
Yay. I've got another one. Ben, he watches. He listens. No, you don't watch. That's
I'm
right.
gonna get.
He listens.
It's pretty boring, it just watches it.
I mentioned
could've-
if I'm going to get to watch it, I'm going to need, if we can do a bit of editing on this one, just to ping up a picture somewhere around in a couple of minutes. You know, I mentioned on the previous one about my Fist of Jesus t-shirt. I didn't give a shout out to the guy who got it for me, which was my mate Andy, who you guys met at my birthday meal.
yeah.
I've got a good picture if you want to pop up one of him around about saying now, and there's him pushing a cat in a pram.
Oh, we did hear the story of
Oh,
this.
you heard that? Yeah, his girlfriend bought a cat pram.
Yeah, we was
But
like,
there was something on Sky Sport. I think he wanted to watch some football or something. He had it all sorted for the weekend, and the deal was you can have the telly, you take the cat for a walk in the pram.
Wow.
So he did, and she took a photo of it, and I ripped it off Facebook instantly before he could
How
take
degrading
it down.
is that? Sorry,
So
mate.
if we've got a picture, if we're able to do it, I think we should put that picture up and go, there's Andy. Looks like a dick with a cat pram, but he got me my Jesus t-shirt, Fist of Jesus t-shirt, so it's not all bad.
Awesome segue. Speaking of Fist of Jesus, what up? I'm all about the segue, you know. And
Your favourite mode of transport?
Yeah. Have you been on a Segway before?
No, I haven't.
They are awesome.
really
They're
wanna
so
go
much
on.
fun.
I don't trust the machine that the creator of it died.
Well,
Did he die?
He died on a Segway.
Didn't he go off a cliff or
I didn't
something?
know that. Off a cliff? What? I'm just going on top of cliffs. I don't really know how to use it properly. That's a great idea.
Look at that.
I wonder.
I wonder if I could get off that cliff.
I did invent this machine, and I know it doesn't fly because I didn't put wings on it. But fuck this!
Oh god. Oh, that is mental. That is a mental story.
I don't know if it was the inventor or one of the owners of the company or something like that.
It was something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
back to
Segways aside, speaking of Fist of Jesus, we'll go back to that. I just popped up their Kickstarter page. We do keep plugging them along.
Yes.
In hopes that you guys will support them because basically we're not affiliated with Fist of Jesus. We just really want to see this movie get made.
Yeah.
That's our whole thing. So that's why we pledged to the movie.
Yeah.
And as we're recording this right now, which is Monday, the 7th of April, this will probably go out in a couple of days' time, maybe Friday or whatever. They're on 25 days to go, and out of the $150,000 goal, they've currently reached 26,430. So it's looking kind of desperate at the moment for the Fist of Jesus guys. So they need to raise another $125,000 in 25 days.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
So unless this podcast managed to go viral and sees about 1 million people, which it probably won't, each and every one of you guys, you know, go on there and pledge. They've currently got 334 backers, and you know you can pledge $1, $5, like myself and Joe, $20, like Mark, $35. You can go all the way up to $1,000.
10, I think.
$10,000. There's one limited space left, and Jesus will advertise your business. And they'll actually shoot a video, and Jesus will say, you know, go and check out, you know, Mark's hair plugs.
Once again, mocking the bald.
Yeah, well, it's got to be done.
Just remember this day when you start to recede and...
Never! That's when I'll go to Mark's hair plugs.
Hello, I'm Jesus.
As recommended by Jesus.
I'm Jesus. I once went bald. Then I prayed to God, and He didn't make me have any hair. Is it Italian?
I was trying to do a Spanish one, but I don't know.
My name is Jesus, and I my pizza now. I went to God and I said to Daddy, "Will you make my hair come back?" He said, "No, son, you will not have any hair. You gotta go and see the mark."
This Italian
What
Jesus
the-
is weird.
You gotta go see the mark in his hair plug.
Is this
So
because
you
you
don't
can't
even
do
know.
Spanish?
You don't even know him. What
When
if your
I've got
baby?
hair, just keep it on my head. I've let it travel. I've
What
let it
if
roam
your
free.
baby's got like a proper, like loads of hair when he's born? Like
I'm hoping he's
ridiculous
bald
amount.
because I've got that fake prop wig,
Oh,
and I'm
yeah.
going to put it on him and then go, looks just like me.
Put him in the Fist of Jesus t-shirt. Hello, I'm Mark.
I'll have to do all my reviews really quietly then on there. Hello. Shh, got to do it really quietly.
Hello, welcome to ChapterSkip. I'm Mark, and he's Godzilla.
Godzilla.
What you're up?
Oh dear.
But yeah,
I've been chatting about all my topics. I've nearly run out, so I don't want to, you know, blow my load too early. What have you guys been up to or found out that's interesting? We should probably talk about movies and stuff because we've mainly been talking about odd jobs.
Yeah,
and
I've got a good sequel news depending on if you're a fan of the Goonies or not.
yeah.
Because director Richard Donner has kind of said, yeah, going to do a sequel.
I did hear about this a while back, that and what I heard is that it was going to be the Goonies, like they've grown up. The kids, and
They've
it's
been
gonna
on
be
about it a little
it's
while.
going to be their children.
But it
That's
hadn't
what
been
I've
anything
heard.
definite. I think Sean Astin had always said, yeah, I'll definitely do a sequel, I'll stake my children's lives on it. And then Feldman had gone, yeah, I wouldn't go that far, I wouldn't stake kids' lives on it, to be honest. And then the director, Richard Donner, who also did Superman, Superman 2 and all 4 Lethal Weapon films, has kind of gone, yeah, going to do it. Going to do a second one.
It's a bit late, isn't it?
Yeah, 'cause it was 86.
In the 80s, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
it was a classic film. I grew up with that film.
So I guess it's going to be them as the adults and their kids
Yeah.
are going to go,
Yeah,
well,
that's
Here's
what
something
yeah.
I quite like. They haven't just gone, Goonies, yeah, it's kind of a
haven't gone
cultural sort of
remake.
critical hit. They haven't gone, right, let's just remake it.
It was
we'll do
different
this,
people.
this, and this, you know.
Yeah,
They've
Justin Bieber or something like that.
One Direction and Justin Bieber.
Oh,
Justin
God.
Bieber's the little guy.
Hey, you guys!
Here you go,
Baby, Ruth. He says Baby Ruth, don't he? Because it's could say that. Baby,
very good.
baby Ruth. Oh, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was kind of like, yeah, they've left it a while, but you know what? It's not a remake, so go for it.
yeah, but, you know, I'm kind of in the same sort of thing as you would be if they were remaking it. It's kind of like, I can't see...
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm literally have no opinion of it at the moment.
It is a kind of wait for the trailer, I think.
Yeah,
Or wait for what news comes out about it.
Yeah.
Although, we've segued. We mentioned remakes. I'm going to...
There you go, yeah.
I know we mention remakes a lot. Apparently, they're doing a remake of Point Break, but with a completely different plot.
So how's
Is
that
it-
remake then?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, that sounds more like a reimagining.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I don't get... But they're calling it a remake, but then they're like, oh, we've done a whole new plot for
again,
it. So why
I
not
love-
just
I love
done
the
a whole new
original.
movie?
Yeah.
Why not just change the character names? Is it just because using the name Point Break?
Well, I
Would it
think that's
matter?
probably what they do. They're just like, right, if we make a movie called, you know, Broken Point, they're like, people probably won't get it and go see it, and they'll, you know, they might just go, well, we'll try and ride off the coattails of people that like Point Break, and then just, you know, just kind of, I don't know, I've lost my train of thought there, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's all just using
It's
the
the
name to get
name
the people
rather
into
than-
the cinema
Yeah,
rather
to
than the
get them
actual
to-
movie.
To
It
get them
seems
to pay
odd,
to
though,
go
'cause-
there, yeah.
I always presumed that the point of doing a remake is to bring in a new audience.
Yeah.
If you're bringing in a new audience, do you really need the old name?
And now they're bringing Patrick Swayze back. Is he going to be in it?
Reanimated Patrick Swayze.
As a body that washed up on the beach.
Hey, it's Patrick Swayze. Oh.
That was in bad taste, probably.
Speaking of...
Dead people?
No.
Speaking of dead people.
No.
Mickey Rooney?
I was going to go on the remakes, reboots, and reimaginings kind of thing. I found this today. It's a movie that's from the 80s, as like the Goonies.
Is this? I can see a bit of your iPad there. Is
You
this
can.
the picture that's on there?
This is the picture.
Oh,
Are
God.
they remaking it?
Really?
Apparently, Warner Brothers have fast-tracked the remake or reboot of Gremlins. How do you guys feel about that, Joe?
You were looking at me and then you...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Again, it's like it's a classic, isn't it? So it's are they gonna completely ruin it? Is it gonna be full of CGI?
It probably will be. They'll just be like, we can't be bothered to make animatronic puppets, so we'll just go CGI crappy little gremlins and stuff like that.
Is it not going to be as dark? Is it going to be more like child friendly?
The second one was a bit more...
dark, or yeah.
No, not as dark. The first one was dark.
Yeah.
It was
The second one, that was New York. The second one, wasn't it? Was it
Yeah,
the one in
the
New York? Yeah. And
I know you're thinking of Home Alone.
He was in it as well, wasn't he? Yeah, but no. Again, I don't know. Like you said, I don't know enough. I think I'd have to know some more about it. Really.
I'm going to hate myself for saying this, because it's a remake, but I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm kind of for it.
Yeah,
Gremlins were cool.
That's great.
they were, but it's that kind of thing. Whereas I expected you to kind of, you know, tear at a new one, just be like,
If
what's
it's a
the point?
reboot
Yeah.
rather than a remake, and they use more, like you said, animatronic rather than CGI, or at least a blend. So your lead ones are animatronic, and then you use a little bit of CGI just to hide, you know, just to tidy things up. Then fair enough.
Yeah.
But that was half the charm about the Gremlins
Yeah.
movie. It was the kind of the 80s-ifiedness
Of course.
it.
I think that's
That's
why
why
I'm
people
kind
love
of
it, the retro
for it in a
ones,
way though,
yeah.
because you kind of like they've done the first one, done the second one. You're kind of like, yeah, you could do a franchise out of this, and they just stopped
Yeah, but if it is just literally, well, it says reboot, so it doesn't.
and left everyone else to do like Critters and all that kind of stuff, like stuff that copied it without really being.
Yeah, Critters was more the horror aspect.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, it wasn't exactly the same as Gremlins, but
Well,
people
not
have done this
really.
whole things with like, oh, we want little creatures. There was like Critters and Ghoulies.
Well,
and
there was a big thing about that in the 80s, wasn't
Yeah.
there? The creature thing.
I don't know. I'm kind of for it. And I'll say that now, and then I'll see the trailer and go, yeah, this looks shit. And I hate it. So.
And then you, Sean?
I'm always of the opinion of like I want to watch it before I kind of make an opinion of it. But at the moment, I'm just like, it was good when it was. I kind of grew up with it. I feel like I'm just just go back and listen to us talking about the RoboCop remake and just transpose the word RoboCop with the word Gremlins, I grew up on it, great movie, it was back then, it had its own kind of feel to it. So will it lose all of that and then it will just become another one of those movies they churn out?
If rather than doing a remake, they'd done like the Goonies and just done a very late sequel?
That'd be cool, yeah, I'd be definitely up for that. That would be more interesting rather than just like, okay, we've got the story, we'll just, go from the beginning,
Yeah, I think I'd prefer that. Just You could still have Zach Gallagher in it, couldn't you, I guess? He doesn't have much of a career these days, does he? Does he do anything?
No, I don't know. No idea. But, yeah, I just
My daughter's watched Gremlins. I don't know if that makes me a bad parent because she's 5.
Gremlins great, though.
Her main reaction was to one in the microwave that got exploded, to sit there and go, ew! And then tell me that was her favourite part in the whole film.
Yeah, I think that was my favourite part as a kid. I used to love those crazy evil gremlins.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
I didn't like the spider one, frightened me. Number 2
Oh,
really frightened me. I didn't like that, it was creepy.
Yeah.
And then the funny little newsreader one with the glass.
Oh, the speaking one. Yeah,
Sings
because
and all.
Spielberg was in that scene, wasn't he?
Was he?
Yeah, he was the critic criticising Gremlins, I think.
Right.
I'm sure it was him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think I really need to go back and rewatch Gremlins.
Yeah, and Goonies probably as
I think
well.
we watched them both last year because my daughter had seen the second one and then we thought, you know what, she could probably watch the first one, and she loved it.
Yeah, but like it's got that kind of almost kiddie element because of
There's certain things in there which now you kind of like, there's like the Gremlins that are smoking and that kind of thing. You're like, I don't want my kid like.
No.
But then again, you're like, it's horrible creatures that are doing the smoking. None of like the main nice people are doing it, so you can kind of get away with that.
Gizmo.
And she wouldn't understand like the little flasher gremlin. That's kind of like. But there's also gremlins with guns trying to shoot people. It's a bit in between.
It is pretty crazy, isn't it? They're great films. They're classic. That's what I just don't want them to ruin, that sort of whimsical sort of magic they had when you was younger, I just don't want them to
with them
ruin
remaking it and rebooting it, does it lose that magicalness? Because we've gone through it. Me and you and Mark, probably not so much because you're a little bit older, And,
No, because when that came out, this is before we had the Lux in town, we had the old cinema in town.
Yeah,
and I think Gremlins was one of the last films they showed there before they got shut down. And I was really annoyed because it was a 15 and I think I was 14 or something when it came out.
Well, it says here it came out in 1984, so...
Oh, I was 10 then.
You was 10?
Yeah.
I was 1.
Right.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get to see it.
I was -2.
Is that what's a pre-sperm?
I was a twinkle in my daddy's eye.
So yeah, I was gutted that I couldn't go and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were all young when we watched it, we grew up with it. Same with RoboCop, 1986.
Same with Goonies.
Yeah, and now we've gone through the process of having RoboCop as a main movie in our youth, and now they've remade it, rebooted it, and fucking killed it.
And ruined it. Yeah.
Has it taken the nostalgia away? Has it kind of taken away from the awesomeness of the 80s RoboCop?
I don't think it has.
I can still go back to that and love it.
Because you watch the new one and go, that was shit, fuck it, I'll stick with the original.
Yeah, most definitely,
And they probably appreciate it even more now, because like, this is the proper awesome thing and I shall hold it and cradle it, it's the baby, it's awesome, not that bag of shit.
Yes, there's like gore and people's hands being shot off, and there's big clunky robots who feel like they're part of the thing, and RoboCop kind of walks a bit funny, and it's all good, it's all
Not a head
good.
in some fucking lungs. In a hand.
If you want to, what was that, volume 2? What was it? It was volume 2 of the podcast, wasn't it? So if you haven't heard our opinion on RoboCop, go and check that one out.
Yeah.
We get quite angry for quite a while.
We discuss it at length and we kind of break it down. So if you've seen the movie and you'd like to hear our opinions on it, head back and check out volume 2 on our podcast channel.
Listen to us rip it a new one.
Listen to us rip its hand off and lungs and all its other extremities.
I've watched I've watched one sequel trailer today, which I'm kind of quite like. Have you seen Wolf Creek, you guys?
I think, the original.
Did you like
it?
Yeah.
I liked it.
That got kind of slated, but I really
It
liked
did
it.
get slated, but I thought it was good. It was sort of taking on that story of what happened, the actual sort of thing what happened out there in Australia, wasn't it? The
guy's name is
thing.
John Jarrett. He was in 100 Bloody Acres.
Oh, was he in that as well? I didn't know he was in that as well.
The guy they were making the he was waiting for a delivery from him.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
he was. Yeah,
He was waiting for the delivery.
He wasn't
box, wasn't he?
one of the main people.
No. He was. Well, he's an Aussie, and it's an Aussie film. I think he gets in a lot of like genre films over there. He's back in it as Mick Taylor, who was like the psychotic bastard with that.
very
And I watched
sinister.
the official trailer for that today. I think
Okay,
it's
I'll have
only
to
come out last week. Really
it out.
good. They've stuck to what? Because it's been like 2 or 3 years ago they announced the
Well, he
sequel.
got away. He did get away in the original, didn't he? So.
Well, the original, they'd done the whole thing was like, oh, it's based on a true story.
Yeah.
A couple of people went missing when they went hiking, and one bloke come back and said, yeah, crazy bastard kidnapped us and killed my friends. And everyone was like,
or did you do it?
Or are you full of shit?
Yeah, and did you do it and kill everybody?
But they've done a sequel now, and they're bringing it onto the road, so I think it's someone who escapes from him, and then he goes off after them, so there's a lot of...
Okay.
There's a cool bit in the trailer where he's in a lorry and someone's in this little van or a car or something, and they ramp it off this small cliff into the desert below, and they're like, haha, fuck you, try and get me now, and he just drives the lorry straight off after him, like, wow, that's quite badass.
Some good car chase scenes.
It looked pretty good. I kind of liked it, despite how much it kind of got slated. I think that was a slow start that did it.
I like them sort of road like scenes, like the chase scenes in the old films, like how they used to be. You know,
No CGI, just get cars on the road.
Just that sort of go for it. No, that's great news.
Another sequel news I've heard. Another one? I don't know if you guys have seen Ip Man.
Who?
Ip Man.
Ip Man.
Is that that's a
Chinese?
Jamaican. That's a Jamaican Chinese guy.
Ip Man.
Ip Man, I'm going to cook with some Chinese man.
It's Donnie Yen plays Ip Man. In real life, he's the guy who taught Bruce Lee how to do Wing Chun.
So I've heard of it, never seen it. I really want to see it.
Number 1 is fucking awesome. Really, really good film. 2's good, but not as good. And Donnie Yen was kind of like, yeah, we've done it now, because everyone suddenly went, oh, we'll do like Young Ip Man, and they were doing loads of spin-offs based on him. But the original director's going to do a 3rd film, and Donnie Yen's back in it to play the same character again. But you're not going to get enthusiastic if you've not seen it.
Can I confess something? I thought it was pronounced 1p Man. Don't ask me why.
50 Cent's younger brother.
It was
The cheapest man on the planet.
Why 1p Man? I think I just praised it once. I was like, oh, 1p Man.
He only had 1 pence. And the sequel, the 2p Man.
2p Man, not
So you
2p.
thought 1p Man 2 was like, he's got 2 pence.
1p Man 2. That just sounds so bizarre.
But yeah, no, I'd like to see 1p Man, so I'll have to check it.
1p Man.
I'll have to check this film.
It's really good. And in
Yeah.
fact, it's based on a true story, so it's to do with when the Japanese invaded China.
For 1 pence.
Well over a penny, yeah. No, it's really good. There's a really
Yeah,
good
no, I'll check it.
fight scene on it where the Japanese are like making a Chinese fight, and just to sort of get a judge of just to sort of show off what they can do and to get their guys to be, so like, oh no, you're going to fight a Japanese guy, the Japanese guy will beat you up to prove that our martial arts are superior to yours.
And
Here's a bag of rice so you can go and feed your family forever. And he gets angry and turns up and goes, I'll fight all 10 of your guys. And it's one of the best fight sequences going.
And you said it's based off the man who taught Bruce Lee.
Yes.
Yeah. I love
He
Bruce
taught Bruce
Lee.
Lee Wing Chun, which is the martial art in the film. But Donnie Yen is such a good martial artist because you watch him and how fast he is and how fluid his movements are. But he looks so relaxed and casual when he's doing it. It's so effortless.
When you
he
used
does
to
his martial
watch them
arts.
break some of them Bruce Lee videos, you think some of that stuff, is it real, is it not? But he's just
It
so
looks
fast.
sped up, didn't it?
And
People used to say, oh, it's all sped up, but then it's just like,
that's what they used to say. They used to
how
tell
he
him to
was,
slow down. They used to tell him to slow
Yeah,
down
for
on
the camera.
scenes, didn't they, for the camera, because it used to be too quick. It's like, what? So that's crazy.
Can I confess something? I thought it was a movie about computer hacking, and it was called The IP Man.
You're just making this up now, aren't you?
Yes, I have.
The IP man.
Yeah, The IP Man.
It's like you already needed the toilet. IP man.
IT, man.
Speaking of the IT Man, or the IT crowd, or the IT crowd, you guys know Richard Ayoade, aka Moss from the IT crowd. Did you know he's a movie maker?
No, I didn't.
He did a movie, a very sort of small budget kind of indie movie that was called Submarine, which I watched.
Did he actually mention that? I think I saw him in a chat show or something he mentioned.
Which I thought was really, really cool. It's sort of very sort of indie British movie. It's one of those movies where nothing really happens, but
quirky,
kind of the
is it?
story, yeah, a bit quirky. Not like funny quirky, but just kind of like, oh yeah,
Just
that's
British
kinda
and
cool.
goes along
yeah,
with it,
it just
yeah.
kind of goes on its own tangent, sort of goes along, and then you're just like, yeah, I sort of quite enjoyed that. And he is, or has, directed a second movie, and he's kind of gone out of his way to get a few bigger stars. He is doing a movie that is based off of a Dostoevsky novella, which the movie is called The Double, and he's got where is it? Jesse Eisenberg in it.
All right, okay.
And it's all about sort of like doppelgangers and kind of crazy stuff like that. It's also got Mia Wasikowska in it, and he's got another actor that was in Submarine. What else have we got here? And yeah, it just kind of seems like another one of those kind of British, but with a American influence with Jesse Eisenberg.
You reminded me of something as well, mentioning Richard Ayoade, because after last week's podcast, you guys had mentioned like a British. What was it called?
Nathan Barley.
And I did watch the first episode.
Yeah.
It's like, it was okay. It wasn't brilliant, but I kind of like had a little giggle over it. And it's kind of like I need to watch. The rest of it.
You should watch more. Yeah, the hipster thing. It is funny. It really does.
Yeah, it was alright. It wasn't amazingly brilliant. That made me go, oh, I've got to watch more. But I kind of like sat and watched it.
Yeah, it's just showing you what it's like. That sort of Shoreditch here and the hipster movement and how they all jump on it.
And apparently the movie is called The Double. Apparently the main story is about a lowly office worker. It's kind of weird within playing Moss in the Anti-Cred, who is romantically obsessed with someone he works with, who's played by Mia Wasikowska. But he's so put on and impressive that no one notices he exists. And then one day his doppelganger appears, and everybody loves his doppelganger.
I presume he's playing both.
Obviously. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. There's no reason. The person looks exactly the same voice, dressed the same, and then it ends up being a nightmare love triangle between the two sides.
So it's we're going to see serious acting from him then?
Yeah, I think it's going to be, I guess there'll be some quirk to it because of Richie Ayoade kind of directing it, so it'll definitely be something weird in there, but...
I think always used to see him playing like a nerdy, geeky guy, so doing something different.
Well, he was serious in The Social Network, essentially kind of him portraying Mark Zuckerberg, as in the Facebook movie.
Yeah.
Have you not seen it?
Oh, you're on about Eisen.
Yeah,
sorry, I was talking about
Richard Ayoade, he's only directing.
Oh, he's not in it. Oh, got you. Sorry.
So it'd be Jesse Eisenberg playing the lead role who has a doppelganger, which is it sounds quite good. And
I forgot about Social Network. Yeah.
Did you not like it?
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic.
I see about half of it.
I watched it and had no real response to it.
It's one of those movies. It's really weird. Like I go back and watch it, sort of probably some movies you watch yearly, some movies you watch sort of every year and a half. But I think Social Network I watch every sort of like 6 to 8 months. I don't know why. I would just sort of go back to it. And I didn't realise until very recently, David Fincher directed it. And I was a bit like, wow, I really didn't realise that. And the music's so good in it because it's done by Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails. And I really like Jesse Eisenberg. And it's got Andrew Garfield, who obviously has now broken out into a massive star as Spider-Man. And I didn't realise he was British as well, which is kind of weird. Going off on a tangent anyway, and I was like, it's so strange. It's one of those movies I kind of keep going back to.
Yeah. I think when I watched it, I wasn't like proper zoned in to watch it. I thought it was sort of in the background a bit. I'll have to watch it again properly, I think.
I mean, it's not going to be to everyone's taste, but it's got a decent feel to it, and I didn't realise why, but now I do because it's been directed by David Fincher. He always has very weird tones and feelings in underlining kind of themes in his movie, and I really, it is about literally the guy made Facebook and how it kind of rose to power and all this sort of stuff, but I really liked it.
And then the two guys suing him, and two friends.
The brothers and
the Brewers.
Weren't they the ones that? What didn't he? It was like a university site or something.
Yeah, well, they asked him to make something, didn't they? And
I can remember bits. I was taking some notice.
Yeah.
Nothing really stuck with me. It was just like, it was alright. It's one of, for you, like you said, it's your go-to film.
Yeah,
for me, it was like, we'll never watch it again.
Yeah, fair enough. So,
have you got any go-to films then, Joe? Something you'd watch on a regular?
Anal Acrobats 3.
One P Man.
Oh, number one. One P Man.
What do I go back to? Let's think. Probably Devil's Rejects or something like that.
Good choice.
I just like it. I just go back to that because I just like the gritty 70s cheap sort of feel to it, and that's what I like because I watched that the other day. And that's just something. I just liked it because it was fresh. It was completely different to to House of a Thousand Corpses, I thought, because it was more like, again, it was more of a road movie.
House of a Thousand Corpses felt like one of his music videos at times.
It did.
Rather than
it did, like
film.
something like a Marilyn Manson, White Zombie mixed thing, yeah. But the second one was just like a road movie, and them on the run, and to see them as the like, all right, they're the murderers, but then you see them getting like tortured, whatever.
Kind of they're the bad guys.
Yeah.
You kind of like,
then you
kind of like the bad guys.
Then you start feeling sorry for them in a way. No,
Sorry, Sean, I'm agreeing with Joe. I prefer Joe's go-to movie.
So that'd be mine. Did you say yours? No, yeah, didn't know.
I don't know, because there's a few that I'd probably watch on a fairly. I mean, when I used to work at Tesco at nights with Chud, who he's done some of the gaming news that we used to. Right, Jodie. I think the only films we've watched regular, more than me just taking a DVD and once, would have been like Planet Terror, Clerks 2.
Yeah,
would have been kind of like, I don't know what should we watch this week? Oh, fuck it, let's watch Clerks 2 again. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, The Social Network is a movie that I watch sort of fairly regularly, but it's one of those, you kind of have like a handful of sort of go-to movies, don't you?
Yeah,
I think like Evil Dead 2 would be in there for me, and The Descent, that kind of.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether this is a recurring theme, but Social Network and The Fight Club, who was
Fight Club's amazing.
Also directed by David Fincher.
Yeah. Have you seen?
No, I saw the first 5 minutes and just thought.
Yeah, I think you did tell us.
There's a lot of people moaning about having.
But it's just
bored.
It makes you think, wow, all right,
we
that's cool.
Podcast thing.
So
I've still never.
Yeah, well, how about we set some homework again this week, and how about that be your homework for next time? Mark?
I haven't even picked what I'm going to do for my next review yet. What Mark talks about.
Yeah. Well, maybe Mark talks about Fight Club.
I don't know, 'cause I want to do something new that's either just come out today or next week. But yeah, I'll try and squeeze Fight Club in there.
And then what should I check? Should I check 1P Man?
Yes.
That'll be my homework, 1P Man.
1P Man.
Right, I'll check 1P Man. Sean?
I don't know, I'm sure we'll think of something as we go along. If something really pops out, you should be like, that has to be your homework. Bearing in mind I don't get that much time to kind of watch movies and stuff.
That's true.
And then if you go, you've got to go and watch all of like The Walking Dead or something, I'm not really going to have that much time.
We should have a job like mine where you can watch movies at work. Unless my boss is listening, when I don't do that at all, ever.
What about what we talked about a minute ago? I don't know. You might have seen. Did you say you've seen it, Wolf Creek? Yes, no?
No, I haven't.
Wolf Creek?
Do you think I should watch it? Is that something that's going to be fun to chat about next time?
Yeah, is that
why not? It's a very slow start to get to
very slow.
Building up the characters and what they're doing kind of thing. But yeah, alright, give it a shot.
Well, yeah, if you guys think I should watch that, then I shall watch that.
So Wolf Creek for you, Sean.
1P Man for me.
And Mark's got
Hitman for Joe and
Hitman. Fight Club.
I think I'm getting a short straw here, but okay.
Whoa!
Because I'm like, I love the two films. I'm like,
You will learn to love.
Yeah, because it's just.
You were very sceptical about Captain Phillips last week, weren't you?
The true story element. But yeah, it was like, I don't know.
It's just looking at something different, Fight Club. It's just okay. It gets you like.
I wish this was a video because you're doing robot hands. Wiping stuff. Android Joe.
It's going to transform in a minute.
Alright, I'll watch Fight
Turn into a pencil or something.
Turn into a 1P. And then you can be 1P Man.
Slap out on the floor and then that roll.
I spin around that film now, but I do. I'm glad I did because you're going to do it for your homework. So
yeah. I think we found the title for this podcast, don't you?
Great stuff. Right, not movies but TV series. And
Game of Thrones started yesterday. I'm interrupting you. I haven't watched it though.
Alright, then Colin, you first.
Wow, breaking news there. Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones has started and I recorded it on Sky. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, guess what, Mark? What? Game of Thrones came out and I haven't watched any of them. Breaking news.
Well, you should. I've
got one. I watched the TV series. It's been out for a while.
I know what you've been watching because you told me.
It's been out for a while. So people, if you are listening, you two viewers or whatever, listening.
What, me and Mark?
Two listeners.
Bear with me a minute if there's a bit of noise. I've just got to go and get myself a drink of water.
Okay.
Carry on.
Oh no, you're going to unsettle the dog, aren't you?
No,
you got it.
I'm not going to the kitchen.
Okay.
I'm not going to squeeze water out of the dog.
He's like, what again? I don't want to be milked.
Bear Grylls style, yeah. I can get water out of anything, even a dog.
Come on, Mark. When you're thirsty in the kitchen, don't use the tap. Use the dog.
I need to secrete urine out of its anal gland.
Oh God. Anyway, yeah, let's get back to TV series. It's been out a while.
Yeah, we're just going to keep talking over you, Joe.
2011, I think, come out.
I'm not sure, but I know what it was because it's been. Is it the third season now?
Is it Game of Thrones?
It's the fourth, I think. Yeah? I think it's the fourth now.
Sort of
Anyway, American Horror Story, and it's really, really good. I'm really enjoying it. What I've been told, because I don't want to be told too much, because that really annoys me when people tell me. I'm like, don't tell me who's seen it.
Which series are you on?
Only the first series,
Right.
which is about a haunted house. But what I've been told is the same people.
Yeah.
But they have they play
It's the
different
same
characters.
It's the same actors playing different characters.
Yeah,
The second one's an
and-
asylum.
Yeah, that's it, an asylum. And then I think there's a witch one or something. That may be the asylum.
I think that's
sure.
that might be the new.
So just a second, precede that with a little bit of backstory because I'm not familiar with American Horror Story. It's a movie, isn't it? Is it just a series?
Yeah, TV series. Isn't
Oh,
it?
it's just a series.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah.
It plays off a lot of famous murders, like things. Like, what it is that this couple move into this house and it's haunted, and then once you watch, it's like 50 minutes. So you watch it, and then you find out, like, you see this ghost, and then you find out the backstory. So at the start of the next episode,
Yeah.
and then you've got like, and the house, like, it was, I don't know, it's ancient, so it's different people who's lived there and that. And there's like backstories, but it's sort of taken off famous stories. So you know that the Columbine High School Massacre thing.
Yeah.
There's like a young guy on that in there, and that's what he did to his school, and that, but he's a ghost, and you don't think he's a ghost, or this blah 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 blah. And then there's like the Black Dahlia murder thing. What happened there? That sort of thing, and it just plays on them sort of stories. So you're getting the backstories, but you're finding out stuff about it. It's just really good. It's hard. It's sort of hard to explain. You'd have to watch it, but I'm really enjoying it. I've got one more episode left of the first series. And then I'm going to jump straight into the second one.
Nearly finished.
that's all on
Netflix. I'm on the
Netflix,
last
if you've got
series
Netflix.
of that, so I'm debating what to start next. So I might give that a shot then.
Yeah, just see what you think. It's got some creepy sort of ghosts in it and stuff. So you
I was
find
thinking,
out about them.
what was the one I meant? Sons of Anarchy, but I think that's.
Same here. I was going to jump into
I'm
that.
going to wait, I think, because season 6 is now airing or just aired, and apparently season 7 is going to be the last one. So I think I'll wait till it's done and then rip through the whole lot.
Another little bit for you. Going off American Horror Story, yeah, I'll say definitely check that out if you're in England. Well, in America, obviously, they've got it as well, on Netflix.
And anyone with the telly.
Yeah, no, I meant Netflix, like, if you've got Netflix.
Anyway, apart from North
stream
Korea.
stream it on that. And then another Terry sit, I can't speak. Terry
No,
Steer.
it's getting so exciting. Oh my god, don't transform back into a one piece.
Or a pencil.
What?
Or a pencil. Yeah, another TV series. Want to get it? The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. No, listen. The half the season's just finished, right? And it finished.
No, it wasn't
like it's
half the season. It was the end of
Was
the
it the second
season.
half?
end of the first.
No,
part.
that was the second half.
No, it was
Season 4.
Are you sure? Yeah, it was. Was
Yeah,
it?
it was. Yeah.
When they just got shot in a.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, was
Well, the
it?
people that were obviously cannibals were
Alright,
cannibals.
sorry, yeah, alright. Well, anyway, that was the second half. Yeah, it was. Yeah, sorry, it was
Yeah.
the second. Yeah, of course, you're right.
Did you think that was good?
No.
thank you.
Let me get this fucker out.
Oh my god,
It
it's
was
going to punch me in the
fucking terrible. It done my head in so much. Nothing fucking happened. I just walked the bed and got trapped in a fucking, I don't know, like a lorry prison thing.
Yeah, like
it was
a-
like, what the
metal
fuck?
cabin thing.
And then Rick just goes, you know, don't worry. I don't know what he says. It's just something like, don't worry, we got each other. We're going to get out of this. And then it just finishes. It's like, what? But then I read things on Facebook. Who will survive? And you think someone's going to die, and no one dies. It's just like it was just.
I think I've mentioned this in the podcast
Fuck it,
previously
wound
that
me
I've
up.
kind of fell out of favour with Walking Dead, and then I saw some people put on Facebook about what the fuck was with that. That was a shitty ending
It was.
to a season, and my wife was watching it, so I thought, oh, I'll give it half a look, and I'm like, is that it? It just ended like an episode would end rather than a season finale. Like,
No.
what's the big shock? Those people are cannibals because you're kind of like,
Yeah.
well, where else were they getting the fucking meat from then?
Yeah.
There was nothing else that they
Terminal,
could
weren't
have.
it called a certain term?
Oh, I didn't take that much notice. I just sort of thought, is that it? That's where it ended. They got shut in a box that reunited everyone at the same time. Like, oh, it just happened to have all their little mates in it.
They always have like a main star or whatever die, don't they? You never know who's going to die, and you think, all right, they're going to pick someone off it. Who's going to go?
They are going to do a spin-off
And
series,
it
I think,
doesn't-
based on a different group of people.
It's just
but-
fucking terrible. It's just like, what? Imagine like Breaking Bad or something doing that. It's just like, what? It wouldn't happen. It's just, oh. Right, I'm pissed off, yeah. That'll do anyway.
That'll do.
But we're going to a series that I know you guys haven't watched because it's anime, and I'll mention it. Volume 1, Part 1, I think. I was watching a series called Fairy Tale, which has been going for a few years now. It was like 175 episodes, and I started watching it around Christmas time, New
think
Year
you've told-
time.
yeah, maybe
and I
said
managed
Sean
to
and
watch
that,
it, and then it was like, it just kind of ended halfway through a story arc. Luckily, I've only had to wait a couple of months. Everyone else, they've had to wait since March of last year for it to suddenly go, we're going to carry on with the season now. So the first episode is out online in various places, depending on where you watch your anime. Not going to mention anything about sites that stream it, because they're very naughty. Anime's easy to watch online, and the first episode is, I think they're technically calling it episode 1, even though it's 176. It's kind of like Fairy Tail 2014. It picks up from the continuing previous story arc. Really good. So if anyone has been watching that, you probably know this already.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good. Good series. I'm kind of like I'm in between what to watch next anime wise.
I've never really got into anime. I mean, that film we done, that review, what was that?
King of Thorn, yeah.
Really enjoyed it, but I've never been a massive, never really got into it.
The odd anime film that I know you'd love, like Ninja Scroll or something.
Yeah. I mean, I can remember being fascinated around yours, and I sat there like a little kid with your daughter watching that.
Oh, she was watching Ponyo.
And I was just like, wow, this is like crazy, I'm liking it, you know.
Oh, she loves that. Ponyo and My Neighbour Totoro. Or anything by Studio Ghibli, she's mental for it.
So you have to tell me some tales and stuff. And
I do like movies rather than the whole series. I'm not going to go, here, Joe, watch this series called One Piece. It's about 690 episodes.
You TV series, yes, no?
I have, over the last couple of months, I've invested a lot of time in Heroes.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I've heard again this was good. This is an old
I've only watched
show.
the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I'm currently on on Netflix it says it's season 3, but on the actual show it says it's season 4, so I'm not quite sure if Netflix have got it messed up or whether they kind of started season 4 halfway through season 3.
Season 2 was when the writer's strike was on, I think.
I did hear about that, and a lot of people were a bit like, yeah, you can kind of tell.
Season 2 was when Hero had gone back to ancient...
Yeah, he goes and
went to
visits,
another guy in there who was in the modern day, sort of mortal.
Takazo Kensei.
Right, okay.
Yeah, the samurai, yeah.
They've all got special powers and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, essentially it's like, sort of X-Men meets, I don't know, the Avengers, they've all got sort of certain different powers. And
it's because it's got Spock in it, well, new Spock anyway, Zachary
Quinto. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he was really the main bad guy. Sort of.
Yeah,
for a
he's...
bit. I don't know how it pans out.
I'm kind of, at the moment, it kind of seems like all the writers are just kind of recycling things, and they're kind of going through these sort of story arcs where oh, he's a good guy. Oh, is he a good? Oh, he's good. Oh, what is he?
Because there was that other guy's brother who was... Couldn't he get... His brother could fly.
Yeah.
And then there was him.
Nathan and Peter Petrelli.
Yeah.
Peter, his...
I've got the actor's name. He's been in quite a few...
Milo Ventimiglia.
Vegemite.
And yeah, he can absorb other people's power. Well, if he's next to another hero, he gets their abilities.
Because then he was kind of like, he's a good guy. Oh wait, he's going a bit of a bad guy.
So they have a bad plan, sort of. They're against
well,
bad
basically,
guys.
yeah. The whole season it will centre around a certain theme. Like season 1, their whole thing is
save the cheerleader, save the world.
Yeah, well,
I remember.
Yeah, Hero. He discovers he's got sort of teleportation abilities.
Is this modern times?
It's set now.
Is he an office worker in?
Yeah, he's an office worker in Japan.
And then he suddenly finds himself in like a...
Well, yeah, he sort of
New York
sits there and he's watching his clock go by, and he squints really hard, and the time goes back a couple of seconds. So he develops his abilities, and he goes forward in time to New York, and then he finds out and that basically New York explodes. So basically he has to go back in time to then stop that from happening. So it's very when they do a lot of time travel, it does kind of sort of make you think, is that right? Would that have happened? Yeah, you kind of sort of think, whenever you watch time travel movies, you kind of always think, yeah, would that have happened? Would this happen because of this one?
You almost give me an alternate homework for you then, for mentioning time travel movies.
Okay.
Did you ever see that Spanish movie Time Crimes?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you did see it?
Yeah, that was excellent.
That worked as a time travel movie, I think.
That was great, yeah. It's kind of like, did you ever see Looper?
Oh, the Bruce Willis.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, yeah.
Yeah, that was...
I liked it, but whenever you have a movie where they go back in time, it's always going to be flawed because it's that kind of butterfly effect kind of thing where
I didn't mind that film.
Back in time something happens and then it affects the future.
The only flaw for me with Time Crimes was the whole reason he went back in time was because of something that he'd done as a result of having travelled back in time. Because he was looking in his binoculars, saw something happen in the woods that was a result of him having already travelled in time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't travelled in time already, and then your brain melts out your ears.
It does, because you're trying to catch yourself up. You're going, well, okay, it already happened, but you're watching it from like a stage behind. So, you know, say something happened at 1 o'clock, you're then watching it from 12 o'clock, aren't you? And, you know, the 12 o'clock, you know, Mark, for instance, is watching the 1 o'clock Mark.
Yeah.
And then he's kind of following the 1 o'clock Mark, who then goes on his next thing. And 1 o'clock Mark's affected from seeing 12 o'clock Mark. So then 1 o'clock Mark goes on. And then it's like, oh, fuck, there's 2 o'clock Mark. It's like, shit, oh man, my brain hurts.
Because it was the guy who directed that, doing one of the ABCs of, was it A? I think he did the ABCs of Death.
I think so,
the old guy in the deathbed or whatever it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Armageddon or whatever it was, Apocalypse or something. Armageddon, I think.
No, I've not seen that film. I'll have to check it out.
It's really good.
I've never heard of this film.
Yes, it's one of them things you kind of have to watch. There's another movie I watched with time travel. It's called Primer. Very sort of low budget indie movie where it's about sort of these scientists who are trying to come together to build something or other, and then they accidentally make a time machine. So like one of them goes back in time.
What was that trailer I linked to you guys the other day? Some kids had found a device in their dad's in the loft or something. His dad had died, and I'm sure I put it on a thing. And they find out that they'd looking at an old video of his birthday party when he was a kid, and saw himself in the background as a grown up, and realised that this device his dad had been building really was a functioning time machine. They start using it, and things start fucking up.
Yeah. But yeah, sort of time travel movies do just mess your brain up, don't they?
Did you enjoy?
You can't overthink them.
I mean,
just get really...
could you say that? I suppose it was. What about Donnie Darko? That was that sort of wormhole thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's kind of a little bit different, isn't it? Because it's kind of a different thing with wormholes. Because
that's kind of like Stargate, really, isn't it?
Wormholes are sort of alternate dimensions, aren't they? It's not within the same dimension in the same time. You know, whenever you see like time travel movies.
ChapterSkip, the new science podcast.
Talking about shit they don't understand.
If you know anything about wormholes.
Leave a comment down below, because we sure don't know anything.
I know that Sam Neill made an artificial black hole in Event Horizon, but other than that, you're looking at me like you've never seen that film.
No.
I don't think I have, no.
Oh my
I don't watch movies, Mark. thought we gathered this.
See, I've just been watching stuff I've seen before, because this week it was like made my wife watch Phantasm 1 and 2, so we can carry on with the other ones, ready for the new one.
You checked them out yet?
Dude, it was only last week.
We didn't set it as homework last week.
And I'm busy.
What else we watched? World's End, because I made sure my daughter got that for Mother's Day, because I wanted to see it.
Yeah.
What else did I just watch? I watched Star Trek Into Darkness again the other day. I was like,
Great
just
film.
as good as it was.
Never liked Star Trek, but I love
we
the
was
film.
talking about Cabin in the Woods last
great.
week, so I watched that again today as I was cooking my tea.
Talking about Cabin in the Woods, in American Horror Story, Eli Roth's in it.
Did he have something to do with Cabin in the Woods?
No, shit, sorry, not Cabin Fever. Sorry.
It's got a cabin.
That was wrong, but that was close.
That's one of them segues where he fell off the cliff.
Oh, very good.
But talking about Cabin in the Eli Roth's in it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. He's a gay guy in it, and it's really cool. He's funny.
All right.
He's really funny in it.
So he hasn't got his dog. Dr.
Mumbo.
Mumbo. It's a great name for a dog.
Yeah. Cabin in the Woods. What was that then? Cabin in the Woods. That was the one we really liked.
Well, Sean hasn't seen it, so we can't tell him. Where it's
that's it.
set up.
Sorry, I was getting confused.
It takes the whole Cabin in the Woods genre, if you like, and
amazing.
it around.
Really good film.
I thought it was good. Yeah, I watched that again today, and then I've just started watching Predators. Because I remember the first time I watched it, I was like, nah, it didn't work for me. And then I watched it since.
Is that the one where they drop into the?
Yeah.
I didn't
I've watched
mind
it since. I thought,
that's Robert Rodriguez's.
You know what? I'm quite enjoying it. I just think Adrian Brody was wrongly cast.
Yeah, in this little.
He's a macho marine.
Yeah,
it was like
what?
You've seen Predator, obviously. It was like taking. Was it the guy with the glasses that keeps doing the pussy jokes and making him the leader of the squad? Having Adrian Brody as. Someone pointed out to me today. They think Adrian Brody looks a lot like Bear Grylls. Can you see that? But with a bigger nose.
No.
Nah, not really.
I wasn't sure.
Nah.
Good Adrian Brody film. Summer of Sam. See that Summer of Sam? It's good in that. He's a punk in it.
No.
About the whole killer,
killer.
the Son of Sam in New York in the 70s.
Oh no!
Good film. Good film.
Have you seen Splice with him?
No.
I think Del Toro produced that. That's quite good. I really like that. It's another one that got kind of slated, and I thought it was a really good film.
Del Toro's awesome.
A movie with Adrian Brody, and I saw fairly recently. The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do want to see that?
You guys haven't seen it yet?
No.
Oh, seriously, you guys gotta watch it. Did we talk about it on the podcast?
I think we did last time, didn't we?
No, we only mentioned it. You wanted to see it when you went and saw. And they said necrophiliac again. Necromantic. Fuck! I'm so upset. Oh, God.
Necro.
Not necromantic.
Necro Butcher.
Nymphomaniac.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What's wrong with my brain?
Instantly goes to death and fucking corpses.
Fucking corpses.
And what's a necromantic?
That was a film about a corpse fucker.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Grand Budapest Hotel. Fantastic movie, really, really good. If you like other Wes Anderson movies,
Love the trailer for that film.
Yeah,
It was like,
the movie does carry on very much in that kind of
So I
vein.
don't know what other films did he do? I don't know if I've seen any of the rest of them.
Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, Bottle Rocket.
Yeah. And what's that one on the train?
Darjeeling Limited.
Yeah, that's
only
that's
Fantastic
brilliant.
Mr.
Life
Fox,
Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
So I think I've only seen Fantastic Mr. Fox, and that's only as a result of
Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah.
making
Fantastic
the daughter
Mr.
watch
Fox
it.
is a great movie.
Never seen that.
Really
I
good.
remember, I think it was like, put it on, let the daughter watch it, and hadn't really...
It's
Yeah,
one of
it's
the
a
things
kid's
where-
film,
well,
isn't it? It's a
yeah,
kid's
well, it's
film,
based on the Roald Dahl book,
Yeah.
and obviously it's all done sort of puppety, but it's in that
Right.
kind of Wes Anderson style where
Yeah.
everything's kind of
Lovely
looks
shot, like a picture.
yeah, it kind of looks a little bit surreal, and yeah, it could appeal to little kids, but there's certain jokes in there that would only kind of trigger like sort of just the timing of the jokes and the way that people talk and stuff like that. You know, you'd see like a fox do something that looked funny to a kid, but like some of the jokes and some of the way they talk, it's just really funny as well.
Was it Rushmore?
Rushmore? Yeah.
See, I like the trailer for Budapest Hotel because it might... Oh, God, I forgot I was going to say Jean-Pierre, but that could be any French person. I'm just picking a random name. The guy done, like, was it City of Lost Children and Micmacs and Amelia? It reminded me of his kind of... The look of his films.
I've still got Micmacs to watch.
It's a good film. It just reminded me of his sort of that quirky kind of thing going on. It's like, yeah, I like this.
Very much
But
so.
I really,
It's,
He's really into his, like you said, he's into that stage. sort
yeah,
of,
and the composition,
theatre.
yeah, and everything looks
He
sort
uses
of very,
sets, he
but
uses
yeah,
sets and
yeah,
things
it
like that.
looks like sort of every frame could be a painting, and every movement feels like sort of something would happen. The camera would just be fixed
That's
on
it,
one
yeah,
thing,
that's it.
and things would happen in and
Yeah.
around it, and it feel like there's a lot of movement, whereas not so much happen. Then the camera will just literally just slide to the next thing, and sort of stuff will happen there, and it's really, really well sort of. It seems
Everything's
silly.
really
Everything
thought out,
seems really
so,
choreographed,
yeah.
but really well. Things happen within in the times that they're meant
It's not
to.
a case of a director turning up on set thinking, right, here's my set, how the fuck am I going to film what I need to film?
Yeah.
He's literally. It feels like in some parts he even has the music playing, so people can hit the beat and stuff like that. Or he's got a metronome saying like, right, okay, Ralph Fiennes, you've got to exit here and come round here, and then by that time you've got to have walked past this person who have then not seen you because you walked at the same time, and then back round here, and then somebody else has got to look out here and look over, and then it'll pan right
Check
back,
it.
and then you'll see like the whole thing, and you'll see people walking across here, and
Check
then
out
and
his
then
early films. Check out his early films. They're great.
well, just check
Yeah.
out the Grand Budapest Hotel like as soon as you can. I think that'll be a
And
great
it-
Is
introduction.
that out on
Yeah.
DVD now? Or?
I
Very
don't
close
know.
to
I think it was out in
yeah.
cinemas in February, so it might be a little while until it comes out on DVD,
Coming
maybe a month or two.
too
Yeah.
far away.
But yeah, I highly recommend it. I watched it, and it's one of the movies where you just sit there and you're just smiling all the time because of certain things. Like Ralph Fiennes is just fantastic as an actor, and it's got people like Willem Dafoe in it. It's got Bill Murray
Dafoe,
and
that's
Jude
cool.
Law, and just countless stars in it, and you just kind of like can't help but smile. Just
Yeah, I mean, the trailer was like, yeah, I really like the look of this.
Yeah.
And then I was like thinking, why have I not seen any of his films before?
And yeah, just sort of like the pacing of the way they talk and the kind of very dry humour. It felt very British, but I think that's just because Ralph Fiennes was in it, and the way he portrays and the way he delivers his lines were just like, oh my god, that's just so good, And any other way that joke would have been delivered wouldn't be as funny. But
It had to
just
be
the fact
that
he kind of
dry,
in that pacing, in that timing, and in that like accent, and in his almost sort of camp, oh hello darling, that kind of thing. You just like, that's brilliant, It's just so good. But
As soon as that's available, I will check that
Yeah,
out. Because
that's-
I really watched it when we done the trailer review. It's like, yeah, this looks really good.
But
And
does
again,
it-
I've never got around to
But
it.
Darjeeling Unlimited is good.
I thought that was one of his weaker movies.
Really?
Actually.
What about the
Yeah.
Life
enjoyed
Aquatic
it.
thing then? Is
Enjoyed
that,
Life Aquatic was great. Yeah,
probably give that a
I
shot.
thought that was really funny.
if I get time, I'll give myself 2 lots of homework.
Yeah.
I'll make... See, because now I want to watch that instead of Fight Club. But you guys have said Fight Club, I'll do that, and then I will leave Life Aquatic as a stand by for
Yeah, I mean, any of
Just to
any
enjoy
of,
it.
even if you just want to sit down with your daughter and just pop on Fantastic Mr. Fox and just sort of watch it, and listen to it.
sure
Don't
we
just
did,
kind of
but I
treat it
just
as a
don't
kids movie.
remember
Just
any.
kind of look at like the composition, even though they're I don't know if it's stop motion or sort of partially stop motion CGI, that kind of thing with the little characters, but just even in that, like the way the characters go from sort of side to side, the camera pans in and out, and all the kind of the movements are really clever within the movie, and you're just like, wow, okay, when you actually look and watch and stuff. But then obviously, if you're just a kid, you're just looking at the little foxes running around, you go, oh,
it's probably like with the Lego movie, there's stuff that kids enjoy, but then everyone else knows all the stuff that they're referencing, I guess, would be like, we'll enjoy it more because of all these little things.
Like when we were talking about the Gremlins, like how we've grown up with them, like you watch it now and you get that humour, but when you was younger you just enjoyed it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now you look at it in a different way, don't you? So but I like that sort of, that sort of look of things, that magic. That's cool.
magic.
Magic. I like looking at it. It was magic.
I don't know how long we've gone, but it feels like we've gone quite a long while. So we.
Yeah, and I'm out of notes. You're out of notes.
Well, I've got something we could talk about, but I think I'll leave that for next time because it might be something.
Hang on. Oh, look at that. We're ending on a
on a cliffhanger.
A better ending than Walking Dead.
Is it a better ending than a fucking Walking Dead? Yeah.
So, thank you so much for checking out the podcast Volume 4 on the ChapterSkip podcast channel. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. If you have come from the ChapterSkip main channel, then we allure you to subscribe to both channels. We'll be posting videos. Mark will be posting more videos on the main channel. We'll be putting pods up every week as far as we can kind of meet up and edit.
My videos are going to be roughly bi-weekly.
Yeah.
I think more or less. I don't even know what I'm going to do for the next one, so I really need to pull my finger out and get on with that.
And of course, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to the channel, and just keep up to date with all things ChapterSkip. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. So, on behalf of ChapterSkip, I've been Sean.
I've been Joe.
And I'm still Mark.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Take care.
Bye bye.